Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I've started recording. All right. Now, any one of you, I want any one of you to share. So, Arshad bhai, you did, right? Deepak, could you please share your screen? Log into the portal. Arshad bhai, just close
Yes,
that
sir.
RDP, okay?
Yes.
If it's okay if you want, you can keep it open. That wouldn't make any difference. Share your screen, Deepak.
Yes, sharing. Bhai, please confirm once you're able to see it.
Yes, yes, I'm able to. It is visible.
Actually, in the break time, I was preparing the SOP. That's
No, don't prepare, okay? You can maybe after this class you can do that, okay? Not so hard and fast. Keep it as it is. It is always smart to create a duplicate tab. Right click on that Azure on that tab. Yeah, right click on that tab. Click on duplicate. Duplicate tab. Fourth option.
okay.
Okay. Keep that tab as it is. Go to virtual machine. Click on virtual machine. Yes. Select that.
Yeah, then.
Copy that public IP. Very good. Okay. Go to RDP. Just type in RDP. RDP. MSTSC or RDP. Either one of them. Click on remote desktop connection. Okay. Control V. Copy.
Then connect.
No. Click on connect. Okay. Now this is what Santosh Sharma. Click on more choices. More choices. Okay. Now use a different account. Now type in Azure user in small. Azure
Sorry.
user in small.
Where?
In the username. In the username.
Username. Click on username.
Above.
Okay.
Yes.
Azure
Okay.
user small. Azure AZURE. Z is
Sorry.
missing. User USER. Okay.
Yeah.
Allow me. I'm sharing you the password in the chat. Okay. This is the password. Copy and paste it. I've shared in the chat. Okay. Click OK. Click yes. 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 Okay. Now you are
Yes.
inside the virtual machine. Now, what is a virtual machine? Virtual machine is a server. When it when we talk about virtual machine, okay, it is always server. It is not a desktop.
Okay.
Okay.
How come, Hussein bhai? Because my mentality set was virtual machine is not a server, it is a machine. So please explain me the.
Okay. VM. Okay. In cloud or when we talk about on-prem, like Hyper-V or like it is a virtual machine. Virtual machine, it is a server. Server, it is a virtual server or a physical server. Oh, sorry, it is a virtual server, not a physical. It is a virtual machine. Okay. And when we talk about desktop, it is VDI, virtual desktop instant. VDI. VDI is a desktop, virtual desktop
Virtual means
instance.
server.
Virtual machine is a server. So there are two two different terms. Virtual machine, that means a virtual server, and virtual desktop is known as a virtual desktop instance. Clear?
Hussein bhai,
Yeah.
as a Azure engineer, for whom we are creating this virtual machine, for the user who is going to work on production or like that?
I'll tell you. We are going to create this virtual machine 99% of the time. Okay. For a user. What who is user for us? He is not an end user. User for us is a developer. User for
Okay.
us is a database administrator. User for us would be a Salesforce stakeholder. User for us would be a Power BI stakeholder. User for us would be Active Directory stakeholder or a network policy stakeholder. It can be anything.
So how
So
they use it, this virtual machine?
I'll come to that. Okay.
Okay.
I'll tell you, okay, what are the type of servers? That would be our next chapter. What are the type of servers? Okay. And we are going to also cover how we are going to use it, how users are going to use it. All right. We'll give you an example. Fair enough, everyone?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, let's start.
Yes.
Yes, bye.
Okay. So Deepak, why could you please in the search box, okay, next to the Windows icon, search, type
Okay.
in server manager. Server manager. SERVER. Okay. So for what we use for server manager? To manage a server. Simple as that. Okay, click on it. Remember in last class or last session, we have discussed about the roles. Now this is the dashboard. This is the server dashboard. It will tell you, you see quick start, then what's new, then learn more. In the middle, you see configure this local server. Okay, so this is the brand new server. Okay, now we are going to configure it. Now on the left hand side, do you see local dashboard?
Dashboard, then below
Local
it is
server. Yeah, click
local
on local
server.
server. Okay. Now what is there in the local server? Local server will tell you about the computer name. It will tell you about the work group. Okay, if it is a part of a domain or if it is a part of a work group. What is a domain? Let's say there is a company deepak.com or mercs.com. So instead of work group, it will show as a domain, mercs.com. Okay. Then for firewall, Windows Defender firewall, if it is on or if it is off. You see remote management, remote desktop. If you disable it, that means no one will be able to take an RDP. Like how we click on RDP, how we enter RDP and then we enter the IP address.
Yes.
Okay, so if we disable this remote desktop, that means you can't take a remote of this server. All right. Then it will tell you about the operating system. It will tell you about the virtual machine. It will tell you about the time. When the on the right hand side you see last install update, it will tell you about the time when the last update was installed. Now this is the new machine, that means it is already installed. Update means it this is a part of patching. Okay, we will also come to the patching in upcoming sessions. Now Defender, you see real time protection. So by default, all server has the Microsoft Windows Defender antivirus by default. Okay. Someone, what they do is they turn it off, they remove the Defender and they go with the other company or maybe Sentinel one. So depending on the different solution. You see IE enhanced security on, click on, IE enhanced security, click on, just turn it off, both of them, administrator and users. Why this is not allowed in the live environment? Why we are doing is just to make sure that we are keeping a minimum security. If there is a maximum security, there would be a challenges. There would be a major, that this one is getting blocked, that one is getting blocked. Just to be on a safer side, click on OK. Okay. So then it will tell you about the time zone, UTC, according to the server time. It will tell you about the product ID, processors. It will tell you about the install memory and the total space. On the left hand side, do you see all servers? Click on it.
Yes.
Why this is required? Over here, you can add multiple server. So let's say that you keep one server, and in one server, every time you can't take RDP, right?
Yes.
It is so time consuming that you have to capture each and IP address. Then from this server, you will go to that RDP. You right click on this one, right click on this one. Uh, Now you see Windows PowerShell, remote desktop management, many things. You can just add multiple servers, click on anywhere, right click. Now it is showing Windows RDP grayed out. Why? Because we are on the same server. If we add couple of server, multiple server, so window remote desktop connection would be enabled. You can also shut down the server from here. You can use Windows PowerShell. Okay, there are many things you could do. You can click on computer management. You can check uh, multiple options over there, like disk management. Many things you could check. All right, fair enough. Now, on the left hand side, you see files and storage services. Click on it. Now, what do you mean by disk and storage pool? Over here, you could create a file share. Okay, you might have heard about a FTP or file share. You only have one server wherein all the files are uploaded on that server. Okay, you have got the one like a disk sharing, I would say, a file share, a disk share. Okay, any doubts?
No, bhai.
Anything that you have question, Afshin? Anything that you don't understand or you want me to repeat? Libin, Jalis, Akib, Arshad bhai, everyone, please.
No, bhai.
Hello.
All good. So far, so good.
So far, so good. Any
All good, all good.
questions?
No, bhai.
Afshin, are we
No,
on the
bhai.
same page? Hello, Afshin. Am I audible? You are on mute, Afshin. Okay, okay. She has written in chat. Fine. All right. Now, so similarly, we also have storage pools. So what do you mean by storage pools is um, initially when we talk about on-prem, so what we are doing is we are buying server and then we are attaching a storage to it like SAN, NAS, network attached storage, storage area network, and we segregate that storage like how we are doing on the disk, adding a additional disk on Azure portal. Similarly, we create storage pools. Okay, so this is what it is. Now go on the left hand side. You see the dashboard. Click on dashboard on the left hand side. Left hand side. Yeah, the first icon. First icon. Very good. Okay. Now on the right hand side, you see many options: manage, tools, view, help. Now click on manage. On extreme right hand side,
Where?
top right hand
Okay.
side.
Okay.
Okay, great.
Manage.
Click on manage. Now over here you see add roles. Click on add roles. Add roles. Add roles. Okay. Now click on next. Now click on next.
Installation type.
Next. Click on next. Now you see these are the roles. This is Active Directory. Like how we have Azure um, Entra ID on the Azure portal. Similarly, we have the Active Directory. We can create our own Active Directory internally. We could create users. We could set up a policies. We could set up a group policy. We could set up permissions that this user can do that. We can create multiple groups. Okay. So this is Active Directory services. Then we have a DHCP server. A DHCP server is responsible for allotting the IP addresses. Then we have a DNS server. DNS server is let's say that if we have deepak.com, all right. So this deepak.com, it is internal. You might have seen that there are some specific domain name which are only working internal, that are not working publicly on the google.com. This is something within your organization. So that is known as a private DNS. Okay, then we have a fax server. Hardly people use it. Then we have a file and storage and service. So that we already have installed. Then we have a Hyper-V. Hyper-V, Hyper-V. You see Hyper-V? Hyper-V. Now, what is Hyper-V? This is generally used for virtualization. So if there is a hardware, so in this server, we can create another two server within this server only using the Hyper-V. So let's say if we have 8 GB RAM, so we can host Hyper-V and create two server for 3 GB and 4 GB RAM each. Then we have a network policy server. You see network policy. So this is something that we give a policy over the network that only Indian region privately, this is done privately, only Indian region can access the server. Japan user can access Japan server, China user can access Chinese server, like that. Now, why Active Directory is widely used? Okay, let's say that if we have a Fortune 500 company or Fortune 1000 company, so you think that their office is only restricted to one country? No, they will have their offices in multiple countries. Multiple countries means multiple users. So traditionally, what used to happen is when there was no cloud, there was only Windows on premises. So they were using the Active Directory. Then we have remote desktop services, remote RDS, remote desktop services. Now, why this is important? Uh, let's say that we don't want to give an access to a particular server directly. We want the people to go through RDS server and from RDS to go to that server. So for that, we use remote desktop services. Now we have a web server, very important. Let's say Libin, all right, Libin.
Yes, bhai.
Okay, please acknowledge people. Okay,
Yep.
okay. So Libin, let's say that tomorrow if you want to start a business, okay, which business you would like to start?
Maybe a hotel.
Okay, maybe a hotel. But let's say that you are starting a cloud kitchen. Okay.
Yes.
Because why you are starting a cloud kitchen? Because you want to take your business online.
Right.
Okay. So you created a website, Libin Hotels, libinpremiumhotels.com. Okay, this is the website, right? Now, website. So now what you do is you hire some web designer, right? You hire
Yes.
a web designer. All right. And what the web designer does, I'll tell you. He is going to manage everything for you. But if you have got, if you have hotel across India, so are you going to, you will personally also look into it, right? You will not, you will not rely on web designer, because web designer,
Correct.
what he does, he'll just design this website and he will tell you, Libin, do you like it? You will say yes, oh, this is the best website. But website creation is not easy. Okay. Getting website live is easy. All right. So what happens is whenever you create a website, okay, whenever you create a website, first you have to buy a domain name.
Yes.
So from where you buy a domain name, you buy from GoDaddy or you go to hostgator.com, right?
Yeah.
So you buy a domain. Let's say you buy a domain liveinpremiumhotels.com. Okay. So you buy a
Yeah.
domain. Now you will require an IP address. Why IP address is important? Because at the backend, everything is connected on the IP address. The communication is not routed through the name, it is routed through the IP address. Okay. Like how we access the RDP using the IP address, correct?
Yes.
So communication is always through the IP address, right? So you will require the IP address, and then you will bind that IP address to your uh, domain name. So for that you require a DNS server, okay, domain name. So you will put the entries that we will discuss later on, okay, in the fundamentals. So what
Yes.
is DNS and how that works? Okay, what are the type of records? Okay, you will update that records. Now this is just a recording. Now you have not you have just bought a domain and the IP address, all right? And you will also buy a certificate, SSL certificate. You might have seen that your to secure a website, just buy the SSL certificate, all right? Now SSL certificate, that is a different part again that you will pay. But right now this is just an add-on. You have not created your website. Now whenever you create a website, first thing, what developer or what website designer is going to design, that on which platform you want to build your website. Is it on WordPress? Is it on Java? Is it on .NET? Okay. So these are the
Yeah.
languages. These are the platform where you are going to design the which
Good.
platform you are going to use. Okay. Once you decide the platform, now you would need a developer, right, to write a code. Nowadays, the things are automated, but
Yeah.
I am talking about how traditionally it used to happen a decade ago. So you will developer is going to write a code, and then you have a UI and UX designer, okay, who will who will tell you about the landing page, okay, and then who will also show you how your website is presentable, font, videos, pictures, okay, in the high definition. Then you like the appearance, okay, then you tell that's now building website is easy. You have developers, they will build a website for you. So do you think the work is done? No. You have to combine that pages, all right, and you have to put it somewhere, okay, you have to host your website somewhere, all right. Now hosting website means you would require a space, all right, you would require a server where you will host your website. So hosting website is also known as an application server, it is also known as a web server, it is also known as the Windows Web Server IIS. If you are hosting your website on Linux, so you have Tomcat server, you have Apache server, okay, so these are the web server. We also have Nginx server. So these are the web servers. So for that, what you need is this role, web server ISS role. All right. Now you select that one, web server IIS. Select that one, please. Check that role. Okay. Now click on add features. Add features. Okay. Now click on next. Okay. Now click on IIS host web. Look, scroll down. Scroll down, scroll down, scroll down. Do you see IIS? I. Go to I. A, B, C, D, Windows. No, scroll up, scroll up, scroll up. Go to I. We are in M. A, B, C, D, I. IIS Web Core. Okay, select that. IIS Web Core.
Which one? IO quality or
IIS.
IIS?
Below IO quality. Yeah,
Okay,
select that one.
sorry.
Okay. Now click on next. All right. Now click on next. Next. Okay. Now wait. Go previous. Go previous. Okay. Now uh scroll down. Scroll down, please. Okay. Keep it as it is. Keep it as it is. Click on next. Click on next. Now uh on top, do you see restart the destination server? Click on it.
Yes.
Yes. Click on yes. Oh, okay. Uncheck that. Uncheck that. Okay. Why we are unchecking? Because restart the destination server automatically if required. Make sure in production we will not reboot the server unless and until we have the permission from the server owner or the stakeholder or the application owner. Okay. Now click on install. Hmm. Okay, I'll in the meantime, this installation is in progress. I'm going to tell you something more about the web server, the website. Okay, now Libin, again back to you. So we have created a website. Okay, now we have
Yep.
we what we did is we bought the server. Okay, and now we are going to deposit dump your code on this server. Okay, we selected that ISS, uh, and now we are going to dump the code over here. All right. Now,
Mhm.
coding is enough. You created a website, everything you have created. But what happens, Website, there are two types of website. One is static and one is dynamic. What do you mean by static website? It is one page website. What do you mean by dynamic website? It is multi pages website. Okay. And what do you mean by in multi pages website? Um, Multi pages website, there is a functionality. Okay. You can also um, access the website. It should be mobile friendly. Okay. So some website is accessible on Apple phones. Some website is accessible on Android phones. And once you access any website, uh, you get an option, no, open the desktop website. If the fonts are slow, I mean to say smaller, right? You get an option to open as a
Yeah.
desktop website. Okay, that means it is going to open the website how it appears on your computer. Okay, wherein all the options are, why they do is because it should mm, that it should be display friendly. All the options should be, because sometimes what happens, options which are available on the desktop website is not available on the mobile website. Okay, now so you might have heard that on some website it is asking you to sign in. It asks you, right, for sign
Yes.
in.
Yeah.
Okay, let's say Amazon, it asks you for signing. then it asks you to give the details. Okay. Now where your details are stored, or let's say if you have products which are to be sold on the website, on your website. So where we are going to store those product name, the product photos, and the product IDs, okay, and the pricing, where we are going to store? Any idea, Jalis?
Yes.
Where we are going to store those details?
In web server, maybe. Server only.
No. In a database.
Oh.
So whatever the details that you see on the website, okay, if it is asking you for the user information, okay, if it is asking you for the product information, where do you store those details? If it is asking you for username, password, it is always stored in the database. Now,
Later.
yeah,
Yes.
so application is connected to a database. Okay, so this is known as a two layer model. One is application and one is database in the background. You might have heard that he is a front end developer and he is a back end, right? You might have heard front end, back end, front end, back end.
Yes.
So what is front end?
Yes.
Yeah.
Front end is in general term, front end is an application layer and back end is a database layer in general term. Okay, we are just going to generalize as per our understanding. All right. Now database. What are the type of database? You might have heard SQL, you might have heard MS SQL, you might have heard Oracle PL/SQL. So these are the SQL database. What do you mean by SQL? Structured query language. So there are two types of data in general, three types of data. One which is structured, one which is unstructured, and one which is semi-structured. Okay. Now what do you mean by structured? Which is in a form of a rows and a column. This is known as a structured. What do you mean by unstructured? It could be a notepad, it could be your audio file, it could be images, it could be GIF, it could be video file. Okay. So this is known as in unstructured data. Okay. So far, everyone on same
Yes,
page?
bye.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
These are basic
Yes.
concepts. Okay. Uh, so this is connected to a database. Now, it is always a best practice that there has to be a different database server. Database and application cannot be on a same server. Why? Because if the application crashes, that means database will also get crash. If the server crashes, both will get failed. So for high availability, for DR, disaster recovery, okay, what we do is we always keep application server and database server separately, and then we connect both the servers. All right. Okay, Libin, back to you, please. So who was there? Deepak, right? Deepak, please close this one. Close this. Close. Click on close.
Okay.
Okay. Now, do you see a flag icon? Click on flag icon.
Sorry,
Flag
I
on the
don't
right hand
see.
side. On the right hand side, top right hand side. You see flag one. Flag. Next to manage, on the left of the manage, you see flag. Click on it.
Okay.
Click on it.
It-
Now you see feature installation, add roles and features. You click on task details. Click on task detail. Or you click on refresh once next to flag. You see refresh. Refresh. Click on it. Okay. Now you see two, right? Now go to flag. All right. Installation succeeded on this one. Okay. Click on task details. Click on it. Okay. Complete feature installation, complete server complete. Okay. All right. Now, on your taskbar, you see a server manager icon. Next to that, do you see a folder icon on your taskbar? Taskbar.
Okay.
Yeah, click on it. Now click on this PC and click on C drive. Okay. Now, see, this is very important. Remember, how we will come to know whether the web server role is installed or not. First thing is in the notification flag. Okay. In the notification flag, you see that the installation is completed. Second thing, if you click on manage, if you click on manage next to flag and then click on add role, manage,
Do you
click
want
on
me to click?
manage. Yes, yes, please click on manage. Now click on add rules and features. Click on add rules and features. Okay, click on next. Now click on next. Click on next. Now you see web server IIS 8 of 43 installed. You see that? You see that checkbox? This means the role is installed now. And cancel this one now. This is to identify whether the role is installed or not properly. Now go to that folder icon again. Now you see this inet pub. Okay. So this means if you see this folder, that means the web server is installed. Okay. Now, I want you to minimize this. Do you see this IP 20.86.108.64? No, 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 no. On top, you see a small bar. 20.86.108.64 written on top, on top.
Okay, here.
Yeah. You see minimize button right next to that.
Okay.
Yeah, please minimize that. Now copy this IP. Copy this IP 20.86.108.64. Okay. Open a
Copied.
new tab in the same browser. Open a new tab. Plus sign. Plus sign. Okay. Now Control V. Click on it. Click on it. Control V. Enter. Okay. Now what you see? This is the website you
Internet.
see. Okay.